The Samsung Galaxy A02s serves a segment of the market that appreciates value for money above all else. People who buy phones like this aren't concerned with prize-winning Instagram posts, crisp 4K video or mobile gaming. Instead, they prefer dependable workhorses that can get them through the day. Though it may not be the best looking phone out there, the A02s is still quite nice to look at. The phone's rear is made from plastic, which isn't anything special. But what is special, however, is its textured surface, and especially in this matte black color, the design looks really nice, far nicer than anything else in this price range. Now the phone does also come in white and blue, but the effect isn't as good with those options. Sadly, this uniqueness doesn't carry over to the front. The phone has a dated teardrop 6.5-inch display with a resolution of 720 by 1600 pixels. Despite this, it's fairly bright and offers a decent amount of sharpness, especially when watching YouTube videos. It may be a 720p screen, but it doesn't show it. The viewing angles are okay, but not great. The screen looks a bit washed out when the phone isn't directly in front of you. This isn't a deal breaker, but a reminder that this is a budget device. Within reason, the A02s performs well. It's powered by Qualcomm's 40nm Snapdragon 450 chipset, 4GB of RAM and 64GB of eMMC storage. Now the phone does also come with a 3GB RAM configuration, but you should go for the 4GB variant instead. Remember that this is using eMMC storage, so the extra RAM does help. Most of today's Android phones are equipped with at least 6GB of RAM, but the A02s doesn't feel like it's lacking anything with just 4GB. Apps launch and close smoothly. The only time that the phone trips over itself is when you play graphically intensive mobile games or when transitioning from the camera or video recording apps. For regular day-to-day tasks, the A02s has no problems crunching through them. Launching multiple chat apps, browsing the web or streaming videos, none of this pose a problem to this phone. Within reason, one could also use this as a daily driver. It may have mediocre hardware, but from a practicality standpoint, it offers good value for money. Now the cameras aren't anything to shout about. It only has a 13MP wide, 2MP macro and 2MP depth sensor. In broad daylight, it's able to capture decent shots, with each image having just enough exposure and contrast to look pleasant. It won't win any awards, but the results are surprisingly good. The phone is able to keep the subject somewhat in focus and retains an acceptable level of sharpness for both foreground and background. In darker environments though, the phone's camera performance is nothing short of abysmal. Images seem washed out and overexposed. It's a stark contrast to what can be obtained with decent lighting. But that's to be expected of a budget phone. Corner cutting had to be done somewhere here. The dismal hardware may not be doing it any favors for computational tasks, but it is less demanding on the phone's 5000 mAh battery. As such, you should be able to power through the day without having to reach for the charger. Even with heavy usage, the A02s should be able to offer at least a day's worth of battery life. Though this is a budget phone, it does support 15 watts fast charging. It's nothing groundbreaking, but good enough for quick top-ups. If you're looking for a budget phone that you can use and abuse, then this is the phone for you. It takes good pictures, performs well for moderate tasks and has a decent sized screen. It's perfect for kids, elderly parents or as a second phone. It's one of those devices that can take a beating and continue to soldier on. Well, that's it for this review. If you'd like to know more about this phone and other news, reviews and features, please visit gizmochamber.com and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more of such content.